All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Hotlanta. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series is at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight for race number 5 of the season. It's a 100-lap race, and this is Hotlanta. This is going to be a very, very fun race, man. A lot of side-by-side racing here. Who's got what it takes to tackle Hotlanta? There's only one way to find out, and that is hang out right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the Buschwackers Series is in town. Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight, race number 5 of the season. Let's get this party started. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Got a good one here for you tonight at a Hotlanta, baby. This is Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight, race number 5 of the season, 100-lap race here. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, commentator, broadcaster. And we've got a fun one here. Looks like about 19 drivers so far joining us here for tonight's race. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll have a good, clean race tonight. Take a look at the track here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just a little over 1.5 miles in length. 24 degrees of banking in the turns and 5 degrees of banking down the straight. So this is technically a tri-oval. Not a cookie cutter. I think it's a little bit different than the other 1.5 miles. It's a little bit longer, but it has a different feel to it and a very racy track. So like this track, Mike Schreiner did a great job of doing a scratch build on this track. So appreciate his work. Giving us another track here, or an oval here in rFactor 2 to race, and we like it. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server for your league, or how about online store hosting, how about your website being hosted? There you go. EliteHostingUSA.com is the place to be, and that's who hosts our website here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Good quick link there to join us on Discord if you're interested in racing with us. High Octane Racing is your sim racing headquarters. Some great stuff happening at HORL, and definitely give it a look. Come on out and join us. We'd love to have you. Take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers Series. We are at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. Next week, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 110 laps there at that flat track. That is a tough one, man. That is a tough one on tires. Going to have a lot of patience at that track. So starting off the back half of our season, then Pocono on July the 22nd. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the oval, not the road course. My God, no. Coming up on July the 29th. Michigan International on August the 5th. And then Homestead Miami Speedway to finish out the season on August the 12th. Tomorrow night, we got a off-season race at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the High Octane Racing League. Saturday Night Thunder, 110 laps from Hotlanta in the Cup cars. Saturday Night Thunder's been going on for 21 years. Come on out and join us. 110 laps at Atlanta tomorrow night. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, looks like we're getting ready to go to the qualification session. Hey, the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series is back in action. Coming up on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is qualifications. And we're going to start it off at Daytona Road Course. That's coming up tomorrow. The HORL Sunday Shockwave. 2X fuel, 2X tire setting, a mandatory pit stop. And Daytona Road Course kicking off a season here in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Take a look at the schedule in the GT3 Series. Watkins Glen coming up the next week. Adelaide City Circuit, Silverstone, Lime Rock Park, and Indianapolis 2020 version of the track. Again, practice starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, quals at 2, and race at 2:30. 45-minute sprint races here in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Take a look at John Stanley in the 12 car in his qualification attempt. .495, Gavin Jones, the top time in that 1X machine. John Stanley, one of our Canadian drivers. Here in this Stanley Tools Die-Hard sponsored Ford Mustang, number 12. 29.469 for John Stanley. Second on the grid as Tim Lansbury jumps to the top there. Gavin Jones back up to the top with that second lap. Things are changing. Got Franco Alvarez, sorry about that, in the 80 car. Qualification tip, 29.318 Alvarez to the top of the grid. How about that? About the 9 here of Tony Furtado. Got a new paint scheme out here. Advanced Auto Parts sponsor Camaro, 29.479. Paul Brown now to the top of the grid with a 29.289. Tony Furtado, second lap here. Looks like not going to make that second lap, looks like. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car, Western Auto sponsor machine, 29.504. Just had surgery today, man. He's out here slugging it out, so best wishes to Sean for a speedy recovery. '22, Jesus Iglesias with his qualification attempt. Where's he at on this? 8th on the grid. Looks like he's finished up his qualification. Last week's winner, the 4 of Artur Vieira. .325, currently 3rd on the grid for Vieira. 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Where he sits here in qualifications. Top time, Paul Brown, 29.289. Oh, the 91 getting off track there just a little bit after his lap. 29.310 is Bardelli Jr. second on the grid. How about Stanislav Pavlov, man? How about that? Coming out and joining us here. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning for him. But he's joining us. How about Stanislav? Stanislav looks like he has already made one lap, 13th on the grid. That 5X now down to 14th. Silvio Cividini in the 9X car. I think he's gotten 5th place run in for him. And that Toyota. .35.941. That ain't going to do it, but he's got a 5th place effort here for him. So it looks like the qualification session has ended. These guys are going to go through the driver's meeting now. So we've got a great race here for you tonight, man. And this is the Buschwackers Series. Qualifications are over, and right now these guys are in the driver's meeting. All right, welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. Qualifications have finished, and it looks like these guys have finished the drivers' meeting. Again, thanks so much for coming in here tonight. 100 laps, race number 5 of the season. Atlanta Motor Speedway, and this is going to be a fun one. We got a big field here tonight. We'll take a look at the qualification results. So Paul Brown qualifies on the pole with a 29.289. Claudio Bardelli Jr. qualifies in the second position. Franco Alvarez third. Arthur Vieira, last week's winner, qualifies in the fourth position. Silvio Cividini qualifies in fifth. Tim Lansbury sixth. Good qualification effort there for Tim. Ed Palumbo qualifies in the seventh position. John Stanley eighth. Gavin Jones qualifies in the 9th position. Christian Wilson qualifies in 10th. Qualifying in the 11th position is Jesus Iglesias in the 22. Will Dunbar in the 88 qualifies in 12. Tony Furtado in the 9 qualifies in the 13th position. Stanislav Pavlov qualifies in 14th. Good to see Stanislav out tonight. Givaldo Spindola, 68 car, qualifies in the 15th position. Sean Jacobs qualifies 16th. Paulo Chachalowski in the 94 is 17th. Chris Hughes will start 18th position in that 7 car. Jim Willis starts in the 19th position. Well, we're going to take a look at my keys to the race here tonight. Somebody needs to start helping me with this. I don't know whether I get these right or not, but find a groove here to work with. You can run the high line, you can run the low line, but find a groove. And it's probably not a good idea as you're going into turns to do those abrupt lane changes. That can cause some problems, but definitely find a groove. We have a night race here tonight. It's traffic discipline, man. That's a part of finding that groove. Race this track, but also traffic discipline, man. Know where you are in traffic and when to make moves, when not to make moves. And then also tire strategy, too. This thing can be tough on tires. Makes things a little bit tougher later in the run, so take care of your tires. Oh, I got pitting patience, and I need a person to create these graphics for me. Pitting patience, man. It'd be a little tricky getting off the track onto pit lane, just like typing out the word pitting. So pitting patience tonight, man. Don't try to overdo it and gain like a fraction of a second there going too fast and put yourself in a situation where you lose control of the car. Those are my 3 of them were okay in that last one. I don't know what that was. Well, the point standings coming into tonight's race. Let's see, where are we at here? There we go. We'll start out on page 1. Ed Palumbo is at the top of the point standings, 149 points. Paul Brown second in points. Arthur Vieira with a big win last week catapults to the 3rd position. Givaldo Spindola, good season there for him, running in the 4th position here 4 races in. Tim Lansbury 5th, Claudio Bardelli Jr. 6th, Preston Hassel 7th. Preston on vacation. Good luck to him on vacation. Todd Robillard in the chat session joining us. Good luck to him as well in the chat session. Dan Richter 8th in points, Sean Jacobs 9th, and Todd Robillard 10th in points coming into tonight's race. See the back next 20 here. I should say 11 through 20. Chris Hughes, John Stanley, Christian Wilson, Dana Grover, Lucas Symphner. Tony Furtado, Jesus Iglesias, Thiago Gomez, Jim Willis, and Matt Bowers rounding out the top 20. Don't forget, the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be back in action on Sunday, July the 10th. That's this Sunday. Practice starts at 1 p.m., quals at 2, and the race will start at 2:30. Daytona Road Course, 40-minute race. Got a mandatory pit stop, 2X fuel, 2X tires, and we're going to have a big field here for this. A lot of guys have been joining us on Discord or signing up for this series. So back in action is the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series coming up on Sunday. Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action for a fun race tomorrow. Atlanta Motor Speedway, 110 laps. In the Cup Series, 21 years this has been going on, and we're waiting to get another season started. Open setups, of course, 1X tires, 1X fuel, 60% damage setting in this season, in this series, I should say. That's coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got about just under 4 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Chat, what's happening? What's going on with my chat right there? There we go. Uvaldo joining us in here saying, let's go. One more step, one more race. The next one in the sequence. So, good luck to you, Givaldo. Claudio also coming in here. Will D. Preston. Todd Robillard. Todd on a little vacation. Preston on vacation. We'd have 21 drivers here if these guys would cancel their vacation. My gosh. Let's hope we don't have 21 caution flags tonight. That's the key thing. Tim Lansbury in the 82. Raced at his home track last week at Watkins Glen. He's now going to drive down to Atlanta. See what he can do there. How about Tony Furtado with that new car, that new paint scheme out? The 9 car. See how it can be a little tricky getting on pit lanes. Definitely something you want to practice. Christian Wilson in the 30 car. He's really bumped up his qualification efforts here. Just getting stronger and stronger each and every race. So the 30 been a little bit more of a part-timer as of late, but he has improved a great deal. See if that 30 car can maybe crack the top 5 here tonight. Maybe even get it in victory lane. Who knows? Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Right now, second in the warm-up. Second fastest time here in warm-up. get an idea of how fast this track is. Man, you get two grooves here. You can really run that high line, get a good run off the turn. So you're going to see a lot of guys do that here, but to be careful, you got to hold your line. You're racing side by side. About 30 seconds left here in the warm-up session, and we'll get the party started. All right, boys and girls, it is that time. Time to get this party started here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 100-lap race tonight, race number 5 of the season.
Non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, boys and girls, here we go, man. I think we're ready to get this thing going. We'll take a look at the starting order here at Atlanta. Paul Brown in the 77 starts in P1. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in the 2nd position. Starting in 3rd is Franco Alvarez. Artur Vieira starts in the 4th position. Starting in 5th will be Silvio Cividini in the 9X. The 82 of Tim Lansbury starts in 6th. Ed Palumbo will start 7th. John Stanley starts in the 8th position. Inside row 5 will be Gavin Jones. Christian Wilson starts outside row 5. Jesus Iglesias starts in the 11th position. The 22, Will Dunbar, starts in 12th. Starting in the 13th position will be Tony Furtado in the 9, 5X of Stanislav Pavlov starts in 14th. Givaldo Spindle in the 68 starts 15th. Sean Jacobs will start 16th. Starting in 17th will be the 94, Apollo Chachalowski. Chris Hughes in the 18th position in that 7 car. And Jim Willis in the 53 starts in 19th. So Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight here in the Buschwacker Series. Paul Brown in the 77 car will lead the field to take the green flag. He and the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. have had an interesting season. A little bit of a rivalry going on between the 77 and the 91, and they're starting side by side here, lap 1. Franco Alvarez coming in here. He's got a lightning fast car in that 80 machine. 4 of Artur Vieira. Starting in the 4th position, last week's winner. Well, here we go. I think we got one more lap actually in us. Again, the keys I think really are taking care of your stuff, holding your line, don't get too racy early. We don't want to run around under caution all night long. And the 77 car, it's got to be one of those guys I think it's a favorite to win this race. See the 54 Ed Palumbo there in that, starting in the 7th position. Lights are out on the pace car. Here we go. Let's hope everybody exercises a little patience. Well, 100 laps here tonight at Atlanta. Pace car is off. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Boogity, 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 boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
The DW looked like he may have been yelling. So Paul Brown at 77 is the leader.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag here as Bardelli Jr. climbed out to the race lead there. We were cleared a penalty. Sorry about that. There's caution flag. Like Ed Palumbo's come around. Loyola sponsor machine involved. Take a look and see what happened. What happened here in the middle looked like they're almost 4 wide. And then the 22 tried to sneak in. And trying to sneak down into the, oh man, there was contact right there. Looks like a 22 down on the bottom line. Follow that 1X in. And there was contact right there with he and 54 car. Looks like Givaldo might have gotten caught up in that as well. Out in front of Givaldo's car. You see those guys getting together, and he gets a little bit of a clip right there, and he comes around hard into the wall for Givaldo. So a hard hit for him. We're on board here with Jesus. He's got a heck of a run here going, and then those guys just arguing for the same real estate. I think probably exercising a little bit of caution there, backing off, probably would have helped a little bit. Like Ed Palumbo has been on pit lane and finishing up his pit stop. So it looks like Gavin Jones on pit lane. Paul Brown, the leader.
Road will be open this time.
So the 77, the leader here, and these guys having a little bit of a discussion about three wide situations. '82, Tim Lansbury up to the second position. John Stanley is in third. Christian Wilson fourth. Stanislav Pavlov is fifth. So Paul Brown, the leader. 82, Lansbury second. 12, John Stanley third. 30, Christian Wilson is in fourth. Stanislav Pavlov in the 5X is in the fourth position, or in the fifth position.
It'll be one to go this time, bud.
Now, I think we're going to get the one to go this time by. All right, man. Hopefully this guy's going to keep it too wide here. We don't want any more caution flags. So get some green flag pit stops in. Always like to the guys, I think, really could exercise a little bit of patience. Get some green flag pit stops in. Here we go, back to green. Like they're almost three wide back there for the fourth position. Christian Wilson jumps up to third. John Stanley in that 12 car. Looks like the 91 diving down to the inside. He's got a heck of a run on the inside. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Oh, there's contact there coming off. 77 to the 91. They've got a little bit of a rivalry going. And the 91 wasting no time to assert his presence. 91 and the 77 side by side. Franco Alvarez here in the 80 car. Looking down the front of his machine. At the 12, John Stanley. 30 car of Christian Wilson up on the high side. These guys 2 by 2. Across the start finish line. The 70 and the 82 teaming up there a little bit. Using that outside line. 12, John Stanley diving up to the high side. Some great racing here going on up front. John Stanley running in third. Good run there for him so far here in the Stanley Tools sponsor machine. Looking pretty solid there for John. Looking fast. He got a little bit of a vacation in last week. Coming back refreshed and ready to go. How about this? Archer Vieira, Sean Jacobs battling it out. Sean Jacobs on the outside. Archer Vieira on the inside. Jesus Iglesias trying to make some moves. As Jesus Iglesias following Archer Vieira there, the 24 and the 22 now side by side. See also Gavin Jones in that 1X machine on the inside line. Tony Furtado in the 9X back there as well. Looking at about 10th through 13th. This battle up front. 77, 82, and look at this. Alvarez starting to make some moves, man. Alvarez on the inside line, and he needs a little bit of help down there. Those guys have teamed up on the outside, and now Alvarez, as he jumped up to the third position, now has to drop back and tuck in. Now back to sixth. Take a look at Tony Furtado here in the 9 car in this advanced auto parts machine.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag here. Yellow flag as I think Gavin Jones has come around. Gavin Jones off the pace here. I'm not sure whether he came around or what, but some word that maybe he might have been involved in this. Take a look and see what happened here. See this 1X. Oh, the Givaldo gets into the wall, gets down a little bit into, oh, the secondary contact. Right there, secondary contact. So right there, 68 got into the wall, came almost into the 1X, but then here through the tri-oval, more contact with the wall, and then comes across, gets into the 1X machine. Take a look at Jim Willis here in the 53 car. Been kind of a quiet night here for him. He is running in the 16th position, decided to start in the back tonight. '77 our race leader here. So it looked like Givaldo had gotten into the wall and got down into the 1X machine. Don't forget, coming up on Sunday, the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be in action. Back in action to kick off the season. The 45-minute race, HORL Sunday Shockwave. The Daytona road course. What a great track to start off this season. We'll take a look at the GT3 Series season. Watkins Glen will be next. Adelaide, Silverstone, Lime Rock Park, and Indy. Great tracks on the docket.
This road will be open this time. Release that car.
You guys coming down pit lane here. Paul Brown there coming out ahead of Tim Lansbury. Chris Hughes has stayed out, I think, to lead a lap. Chris Hughes wanting to get some bonus points. Saturday Night Thunder, more Atlanta racing coming up tomorrow in the Cup Series. The Saturday Night Thunder Cup Series will be in action at 110 laps. Open setups, 1X tires, 1X fuel, 60% damage setting there. Great series. Have a lot of fun with this series. Coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Pit road will be open this time.
So Chris Hughes has stayed out, so maybe we'll see what happens here if he comes down, dives down pit lane and starts in the back this time. Maybe gambling a little bit on tires. We'll see. I don't see that car headed to pit lane, and I think we're getting ready to go back green next time around. Waldo coming down, going to serve his drive-through. Start at the end of the longest line. He's already down. He's already in the back of the line there, so I don't think he needs to drive down pit road, but although he may, he's just going to
It'll be one to go this time by.
Okay, looks like going green this time. So Paul Brown is elected to take the inside line. That puts Tim Lansbury up on the outside. Alvarez is third. Christian Wilson fourth. Archie Vieta, Stanislav Pavlov, fifth and sixth. Seventh and eighth will be Silvadini and Bardelli Jr. Ninth and 10th, Palumbo and Stanley. So now we'll have to see what happens here, because the 82 and the 77 have been working together pretty well. Franco Alvarez has shown a lot of speed here, got himself up to the 3rd position. We're on our 2nd caution flag. Pace car is off. Here we go. Get ready to go back green. Start lap 20.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. On board here with Tim Lansbury up on the high side. He's got a car down below him right now. Archer Vieta down on the low side. Baby Alvarez down there as well. Alvarez just ahead. Take that back, and Lansbury might have made a little brush with the wall through the tri-oval. Archer Vieta sneaks up in front. Too far that inside line. If you are aggressive enough, you will work through the turn, but coming off the outside line seems to have the advantage. Ed Palumbo in the 54 car on the inside line. See what it's like to fight it out on the inside. Oh, drifted way up the track. 9X and the 54 both drifted up the track quite a bit. The 77 now falling back here on this outside line. Oh, and he gets into the back of the 91 car. It's the 91 and the 77. 77 goes down to the bottom line. He's going to try to push that 54 car. These guys want to try to get to the front. Paul Brown on a mission. Trying to get that car to the front. The 54. Oh, man, there's contact right there, I think. Little contact, the 77 and the 54. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. He's up there in the wall. Looks like the contact in the wall for the 24 car. But he's kind of getting around him. He scrubs off some speed, scraping the wall, and the 1X gets by. Gavin Jones getting by, now following Jesus Iglesias. Gavin Jones there touching the apron a little bit, scrubbing off some speeds. The 24 now working back on the outside line. Ed Palumbo to the lead with the 77 on the outside. The 91 also in this mix. Archer Vieta's got a little bit of help on the inside line with Franco Alvarez, but that inside line, not the preferred line right now, it looks like. Silvio Cividini's in this mix in that 9X car. He's trying to figure out who to follow right now behind Bardelli Jr. Here we go, that inside line as Bardelli Jr. goes way up the track. He tried to dive into the inside, goes up to the outside, and almost got into the wall. Bardelli Jr. threw that car into the low line and couldn't make it stick. Take a look at Christian Wilson here in the 30 car. He is in the 9th position, running on the outside of Jesus Iglesias. 24, Sean Jacobs trying to sneak in there as well. Side by side, the 30 and the 24. The 24 get a little bit of a run. Archer Vieta and the 80 of Franco Alvarez trying to work together. So far, we get a 2-car breakaway here with the 54 and the 77. The rest of these guys kind of fighting it out. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and the 82 now working together. The 4-car also, that outside line starting to make some moves here. These guys do nose to tail. They'll be all right. Catch back up. Take a look at Tony Furtado here. He's running in the 13th position. Just behind him is the 53 of Jim Willis at 14th position. He started flat in the back in the 19th spot. He's gained 5 positions. Tony Furtado trying to make some moves here, getting around the 1X. Gavin Jones, a 68. Valdo Spindola, he's in the middle of this. They're getting ready to go 3 wide again. On board here with Tony Furtado. As Givaldo gets into the, down below that yellow line, almost gets that car cattywampus. Jim Willis tucking in behind. Stanislav Pavlov in the 5X machine, running behind that 53 car. It's early for him. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning for Stanislav. Good to see Stanislav out, man. Running in the 5X machine tonight here in the Buschwackers Series. Currently in the 15th position. Will Dunbar in the 88th is in 16th. Just behind him, Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Will Dunbar are going to be running our GT3 Series effort on Sunday night, so come on out and support us at HORL. Support Will as well. Furtado at the high side here, working on Jim Willis. Willis down on the bottom line. Furtado in that 9 car looking to make some moves. Jim Willis, the inside line, needs a little bit of help down there. He's going to be able to tuck in and get up and behind the 9 car, and it doesn't look like he is. Front 2 here, Ed Palumbo, and the 77 of Paul Brown, nose to tail. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in 3rd. Tim Lansbury 4th. Art Vieira is in 5th. That second group has caught up here. Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car, now in 3rd, just behind the 77. 82, Tim Lansbury in the 4th position. Art Vieira in 5th. Arthur got a big win last week at Watkins Glen. What a heck of a race. One of the best Watkins Glen races I've ever seen. It was really a 3-way battle. Lucas Sinfner, Art Vieira, and Franco Alvarez. In a 3-way battle there, and Art Vieira held on for the victory. And now we're nose to tail here. Cividini is the last car in this line. He's running in the 8th position. Probably wanting to settle down a little bit, get some laps in. Maybe do some green flag pit stops. Cividini in the 9X car running in P8. Chris Hughes in the 7 car, in the 1X. The Gavin Jones battle. Chris Hughes down on the inside. Gavin Jones up on the outside. Looks like Chris Hughes holding on to that spot. Gavin Jones tried to pass on the outside. Didn't work. The 7 car held him off. Now closing in on the 5X machine. Stanislav Pavlov. You can see Stanislav out tonight, or this morning if you're watching from Eastern Europe and Asia. '88, Will Dunbar in his Microsoft-sponsored machine on the inside here, getting around the 9. Tony Furtado now taking over the 13th position. Furtado falls back to 14th. This is what we're talking about right here. Guys are starting to behave a little bit. John Stanley leading this pack. And he is currently running in the 9th position. Take a look here. John Stanley in the 9th position. He is in the 12 car, leading this pack. Vladislav Pavlov on the inside here of the 9. Pavlov in his 5X car. He's trying to make some moves now. These guys fanning out. A couple wide now, or maybe even 3 wide. Iglesias up on the high side. Oh, Pavlov there touches that apron just a little bit, gets below the yellow line. Good tight battle there. And Palumbo indicating maybe he's going to be coming down pit lane here pretty soon. It's a 54 car making a pit stop. The 54 off the track to make a pit. Guys are starting to make pit stops here, it looks like. Maybe a little bit of early pit for Ed Palumbo, not sure. He was leading the field, so maybe not getting quite as good fuel mileage. Tony Furtado on pit lane. Starting to see some green flag pit stops. This is what we came for. '77 car making a pit stop. The 91 making a pit stop. See Ed Palumbo finishing up his pit stop, now coming back out on track. I do not like to pit early, but if you have no other recourse, then that's what you got to do. Is you see the 77 on pit lane. Artur Vieta now the race leader. Looks like he's coming down pit lane. The 80 coming down pit lane. So the 4, the 80. It's like the 9X. I think we got some communication there. I think the 80, the 4 probably working together. I think Cividini's in this mix as well. Chris Hughes is now the race leader. We got a whole wad of them on pit lane. It's Chris Hughes leading the field here in this on lap 43 in the 7 car. Artur Vieta on pit lane. Cividini's finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. The 9 car finishing up his pit stop. You see the 7 car barely got that thing on the pit lane. That was a wild, wild exit off the track. That thing was fishtailing all over the place. Chris Hughes having an interesting night here, getting on the pit lane. That thing got sideways. See if we can go back here and look at it. Chris Hughes, this is here we go. Oh, there's a little bit too some things are not meant to be viewed. Chris Hughes got a penalty, so he was speeding. I thought so, man. I thought there was something going on there. Chris Hughes. Take a look here. Watch this. We finally found it. Watch this. Sideways almost. Right there. Oh, speeding. And he almost came around and he got caught speeding. So he's going to have to serve a drive-through. All right, that's what I wanted to find. I saw he got that car sideways. Paul Brown, the leader, has got about a tenth of a second, almost 2/10 of a second lead over Ed Palumbo. Alvarez in the 80 car is in 3rd. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in 4th. Chris Hughes serving that penalty. Finishing up the drive-through, coming back out on track. A tough break there for Chris Hughes. The 22 and the 30 battling side by side. Christian Wilson in 10th. Jesus Iglesias makes the pass, takes over 10th. So Wilson now back to the 11th position in that 30 car. Jesus Iglesias now working on the back of the 53. So the field kind of strung out a little bit. Trying to settle down somewhat. 22 trying to pick up positions, now cracking the top 10. Take a look at Cividini. He's sandwiched in between the 4 and the 82. Cividini running in the 6th position here on lap 48. Archie Vieta running in 5th. The 82, Tim Lansbury, is running in the 7th position. Oh, there's contact right there. I think the 4 car, we got a yellow flag. There was contact. I think the 4 car might have gotten into the wall. I'm not sure. And 3 cars involved. There might have been some warping going on there, so the 9X going to hold his position here so nobody runs into him. So something went on right there. Wow. Right here, it looks like the 4 car. The 4 car got up into the wall, I think. I don't know if there was contact from the 9X that put him up into the wall or not, but oh, and then the 82 gets caught up in that as well. My heaven. I don't know, man. There might have been some contact. Oh, and it just comes across the track. Tim Lansbury had absolutely nowhere to go on that. Get out of the front of his car. Watch this. Oh, man, he gets turned and then hard into the 4. Oh, and there might have been some contact from the 9X car that turned that 4 car around. That's what happened there. There was contact from the 9X machine. I think he got in the back of the 4. Right there as he was coming down the track just a little bit and then got the 4 up into the wall and then back across the front of the 82. And somehow Sean Jacobs missed this. So it's all transpiring up there in front. 9 car gets through. See if Tony Furtado, what he saw. Right there. So the 9X on pit lane, he's got a ton of damage. .77 is the leader. 54 at Palumbo in second. Third position is the 80. Now they're all coming back down pit lane here. So we're just starting to get comfortable with the green flag run and then some contact there. I think sort of the contact in the back end, I understand the intentions, the contact in the back end really wasn't going to benefit you any. I mean, it's not like you're pushing the car around anybody. In the 82, he's going to have a ton of damage. He's going to have to get repaired. And then it also happened at the end of the straight as it got into the back of the 4, and those guys are sort of setting themselves up for the turn, and it got him up into the wall. And then he came back across the front of the 9X machine.
Road will be open this time.
So Tim Lansbury coming down pit road to get his damaged fixed. He was third in line in that mix. Now, Franco Alvarez is the leader. 68, Givaldo, I believe, might be going to get a wave around here. We'll see. Looks like JJ joining us in the chat session. Good to see JJ in here. Creature Shock, how about that? Oh my gosh. Is that Pavlov Stanislav Filimonov? Good to see Creature Shock in here. Is that Utigen? Be racing with us. So it looks like we're going to go green this time by. Boa Norte, JJ, good to see you in here in the chat session. Got a good turnout here tonight, 19 drivers. All right, here we go. Getting ready to go back green. The 80 of Franco Alvarez has that car up front. 54 at Palumbo. The Mela Yellow sponsor machine is in second. The 77 third. 24 starts in the fourth position. Here we go. Pace car is off.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Man, Alvarez did not get on the gas there. The 54 got a good jump. '54, the 24 working together. Look at that, 22. Jesus Iglesias in this mix. And Orange Crush sponsor machine. Oh, the 1X there. He's trying to go. Oh, no, he can't do that. Oh, and he gets in to the 22 car. Why did he do that? Went 3 wide. And the 22 sliding through the grass through pit lane. Take a look and see what happened here. I think see here, this is after the fact. Oh man, Jesus came back up the track after getting spun, it looked like. See right here, the 1X car. Watch that 1X car. He gets up the grid there a little bit, gets into the 22. tried to go 3 wide, and then 91 got through that. How the heck did he get through? This. Well, snuck through, and then there was just contact right there. Back that up a little bit. It's hard to make that 3 wide in the middle there. And then Vieta gets caught. So you bunch of these cars back up. So Franco Alvarez is to the front. Paul Brown second. Yeah, Palumbo is in third. Sean Jacobs fourth. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is fifth. We got a bunch of cars on pit lane. Givaldo in the 68 car, he's on pit lane. Artur Vieta on pit lane. He's got a pretty significant amount of damage. And don't forget, the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be back in action Sunday, July the 10th. 1 p.m. Eastern Time is practice. Quals at 2. 2:30 is the race. 45-minute race in the Daytona Road Course. The first race of the GT3 Series season. The High Octane Racing League Sunday Shockwave. So Watkins Glen coming up after that. Adelaide on July the 24th. Silverstone on July the 31st. Lime Rock Park, August the 7th. Indianapolis 2020 version of the track. The new version, the official version, coming up on August the 14th. That's the GT3 Series season. Franco Alvarez in that Hooters sponsored machine, number 80 car. Starting in P1 on this restart. Paul Brown second, Ed Palumbo third. Sean Jacobs will start in the fourth position. Take a look at the Buschwackers Series schedule. Next week we'll be at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 110 laps. And following that, Pocono, the Tricky Triangle on July the 22nd. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Oval, 70-lap race there on July the 29th. Michigan International on August the 5th. And Homestead Miami Speedway finishing out the season. So next week we start the back half of season number 3. Well, I think we're going to go green this time by. IndyCar has elected to take the inside line. All right, here we go. The pace car coming in. Now, are these guys going to be patient? If I were a betting person, I would say no, they're not going to be patient. Pace car's off. Here we go. Franco Alvarez in the 80 car will lead the field to take the green flag. Starting lap 80, or excuse me, wishful thinking, 60. And Palumbo in the 54 down to the bottom line. Alvarez up on the outside line, the 91. Claudio Bardelli Jr. trying to push him through. The 77 down to the bottom line. A couple battling going on here. The 80, the 91, the 54, the 77 side by side. And they're wrecking back there. More wrecking. Why are they wrecking? Oh, 22 upside down. 22 upside down, so something went on there that got him cattywampus. Take a look here. As Givaldo got down into the 4 car, it looked like, and then came back across the track, got into the wall. 22 was just trying to slow up. He got hit by the 82. And then the 22 goes end over end over end. Tim Lansbury, watch this. So there was contact right there between Givaldo and the 4, and then the 22 just trying to slow up. The 82 trying to get through. Oh, and the 82 flips over as well. Right there, the Givaldo got into the and there was just some contact. I think Givaldo had gotten into the wall, then got down into the 4 car. And everybody was sort of checking up, trying to miss the action. And then the 22 flips over. 54 car, the race leader.
Pit road will be open this time. That far.
We've got guys coming down pit lane. Looks like John Stanley has retired his machine. Givaldo's out of the race there.
Pit road will be open this time.
Now you got to be wondering here. We got 65 laps in. Cautions breed cautions. That's certainly the case. It's like Christian Wilson has retired his machine. I think he had some damage on that last deal. Looks like also John Stanley's retired his machine. What I say in the keys to the race. Find a groove, man. Don't be changing lanes, trying to get into somebody in the back. Traffic discipline. You got to manage yourself in traffic. And that goes for everybody. I mean, one person can really mess it up for a lot of people. But I know people make mistakes. But a lot of it is people being really, really aggressive on these starts when everybody's bunched up. We had a good, long green flag run, had green flag pit stops. And now we're back to square one here with guys all bunched up. And, you know, having a little bit of a chip on their shoulder right now.
It'll be one to go this time, bud.
Okay, looks like we're going to go green this time by. Oh, Givaldo in the chat session, he said, hey, man, everybody makes mistakes. It's no big deal, Givaldo. We still love you. I know I do. Givaldo's a good guy, one of the most polite guys out there, never complains. And really, a lot of guys can take a lot from what the example that Givaldo sets for us. That is for sure. All right, here we go. We are now going to go green this time by, starting lap 67. So the 54 and the 80 car are going to start side by side this time. Here's the pace car goes off the track.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, here we go. Back to green as the 54 jumps out to the lead. 91 giving him a little bit of a push. 1X in this mix too. 54 jumps out there to the lead as now Gavin Jones following him through. 91 goes up to the high side there to work with Alvarez. Guy's going to try to make that outside line work, I have a feeling. Well, getting a little messy here in the pack. Take a look at Jesus Iglesias. '53, Jim Willis, he is now up to the 9th position. We see him up there. 82, Tim Lansbury as well. Gavin Jones now to the lead as Ed Palumbo is in second. Gavin Jones now has worked his way to the lead. Yeah, Palumbo going on the outside, 3 wide. We got a caution flag. Ugh. Jim Willis. Like Jim Willis has come around. See what happened to him. Oh, the 9. It looked like Iglesias might have got into the back of the 9 car. Oh! Wow, that was a heck of a lick right there. Take a look here. So Iglesias might have gotten into the back of the 9. And then those guys, get back together again. On board here with Jim Willis. He had nowhere to go. He's trying to hang on to the thing. The 9 car really came off the pace there, it looked like. I'm not sure what the deal was with that, but really off the pace quite a bit. He got hit in the back end. Hangs on to it, but got way out of the gas. So I'm not sure. This guy's had a heck of a run. Watch the 9 car, he's going to pretty much disappear here as he gets off the pace, it looks like. There you go, there's the contact right there. And then those guys get into the wall. 53 got the worst end of that deal, that's for sure. There's contact there. The 9 car had gotten a little bit out of the gas. And then got hit in the back end, I think, from Iglesias. and a mess. Go back here and look at Tim Lansbury's view of this. Right here, you see just looks like a big checkup. And 77, the leader. Now we got some guys on pit lane. It's like Willis has dropped out of the race. He had pretty significant damage. So Paul Brown, the leader. Jesus Iglesias shown in second. Cividini third. Pavlov fourth. Bardelli Jr. fifth. Iglesias coming down pit lane here in the 22. Orange Crust sponsor machine. So Silvio Cividini in the 9X car, he's gotten that car back up front. Stanislav Pavlov in the 5X machine is now in third. Bardelli Jr. fourth. Vieira shown in fifth. And I would suggest to you that we're going to get the one to go this time by.
It'll be one to go this time by.
And that is the case. So Paul Brown in the 77 is elected to go to the inside. Silvio Cividini up on the outside line. Track's a little rubbered in now. We got 75 or 74 laps on the track. A lot of it is just being a little bit more track aware and exercising a little bit more patience. Let things sort of play out. When you're running behind people, the draft is really pretty significant here. You have a chance to run up onto the back of somebody. Also, letting out of the gas there in the turn, probably not the best idea. Changing lanes, pinching people, going 3 wide. We've been there's been a lot of take and not a lot of give here tonight. That's what I've seen from this race. And there seems to be some a little bit of attitudes going on right now with some of these drivers.
Green flag,
Now here we go. The 77 lead the field to take the green flag. Start lap 75. He's got the 5X, a steady slot Pavlov behind him. And I'll tell you what, man, you really got to think about Pavlov's chance of winning this race. He's got some stock car experience. He's won some stock car races here at HORL with the 2018 X mod. Sent me a message today and wanted to know whether, oh, we got another caution flag. I can see it right there. People getting together. '91 might have gotten into somebody. See, the 91 got into the back of the 9X machine. I'm not sure why, again, we're trying to do that 3 wide thing. Right here, watch, the 91 goes down to the middle line here. Now, the 9X is up on the outside. It's pretty far up here, but the 91 then goes to the middle. And now you're 3 wide. And now he comes back up the track, gets into the 9X machine. We've been a lot better off of staying in line. On board here, as you see, 91 going 3 wide, getting into the middle there, and then that's bad news. Going back to live here is the 91 limping around the track. Cividini come down pit lane. He got some service. Not sure the pits were open there. He might have had some pretty significant damage. So he's going to end up probably get a penalty for entering a closed pit, I would imagine. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action from Atlanta Motor Speedway tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 110 laps, and a very storied series here at HORL. The High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder Cup Series has been going on for 21 years, and we got to have a good one for you tomorrow. It's a fun race, sort of in between seasons right now. So last week was Daytona, a lot of fun at that track. This week, Atlanta. Like the 80 car on pit lane, the 91 on pit lane. Pavlov finishing up his pit stop. Well, we have had some really good races this season, and this is not one of them, that is for sure. Last week's race at Watkins Glen, fantastic. Going back and look at here, Iowa was a great race. Nashville was also a great race. Kansas. All these races have been pretty good. Tonight has been really been a mild disaster. Again, guys, just it's not the number, I think. It's just the aggressiveness that's going on right now at Atlanta. You got to realize you've got a pretty significant draft here. You can't go 3 wide. You can't run up onto the back of somebody. You can't be swapping lanes in traffic. You got to just sort of hold your line and let things shake out. And guys have now just thrown caution to the wind, so to speak. See the 77 coming down pit lane. 24 also coming down pit lane. Artivieta out there on the track, and it looks like he is now the leader. So maybe guys thinking about topping off with fuel, getting fresh tires here, and going to the end. Let's see if we can't get a green flag run here to the end. Todd Robillard is echoing exactly the way I feel right now. Come on, guys, let's get this thing sorted out. We're all better than this. We're way better than this, that is for sure. We've seen some aggressive driving here tonight. So Claudio going to do his drive-through, the 91 car. So the 4 will be our race leader here and lead the flag to the, or field to the green flag, and he chose the bottom line. The 4 car, the 22, side by side. Couple white cars there, man. NASCAR BR number 4. Orange Crush sponsor number 22. Another white car there in line. Franco Alvarez in 3rd. Paul Brown in 4th. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
The 80 car got into the back of the 4, then scrubbed off a little speed, so it's bunched that that inside line up a little bit. The 4 of Artivieta, can he get 2 wins in a row? Jesus Iglesias up on the outside line. 80 car now starting to go. The 4 car now scrubbing off a little speed. So those guys getting to work on the 3 wide here behind. This is not going to be good, I don't think. They're 3 wide now. 3 wide, they made it work somehow. 54 gets in front of the 22. 54 now down to the bottom line. He's trying to move to the front. Paul Brown to the race lead in that 77 car. Sean Jacobs is in 2nd. Alvarez wanting to get that car back up front, and he is down to the bottom line. Alvarez put a little pressure there on the 54 and the 4. Franco Alvarez in the 80 car. Yeah, Palumbo in the 54.
Yellow.
And we got a yellow flag. Look like 3 wide situation again. Ridiculous. So there was see what happened here. Oh, we got a little bit of a lockup right there. Right here. See the 4 and the 54 and the 80. See right here, might have been a little contact. I'm not sure. I think Alvarez was in this mix too. We're going to back it up here. And there was a contact there with the 54 getting into the back of the 20 or the 4 car. So the 77, the leader. Got a little funkiness there was going on. '77, the leader here. All right, to 77 is the leader. The 24 in second, Alvarez in third. All right, I think we're, sorry about the silence. So here we go, man. A lot of tudes here tonight.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go, back to green. Lap 89. This 80, Franco Alvarez has been fast. He's been up front. Look at the 5X. He's in this mix. Pavlov, this would be a big win for him. Bardelli Jr. in fourth, Jacobs in fifth. Take a look at Bardelli Jr. A little bit of fisticuffs there behind him, it looks like. Paul Brown has got a battle in his hands with that 80 car. Alvarez is fast. Take a look at Tim Lansbury here in the 82. He's in a hornet's nest right now. Down to the front of his machine. 24, 22, side by side. 9X now climbing up there. That bottom line just not getting going right now. 82 goes up in the high line, now following Tony Furtado. Furtado now in the sixth position. The 82 and the 22. 24 as well. You're on lap 92. Art DeVito trying to climb back up here. We're back up front here with the 77 and the 80, nose to tail. The 91 climbing into this. 80 car goes down to the bottom line here. He is now going to vie for the race lead. Side by side with the 77 car. The 91, who's he going to go with? 91 out of the throttle. Now a little bit working together there with the 91, the 77, and the 9X. Cividini, he could be a spoiler here. So the 77, the 91, the 9X, the 24, and the 82, the top five. How did Tim Lansbury, man, he snuck up there, didn't he? Tim Lansbury, that 82 Skyline Chili Ford Mustang, running in P5. He has had a busy night. Gotten a lot of short into the sticks, to say the least. Bardelli Jr. down to the inside. He's going to try to get by the 77. He does. Does the 77 do the crossover move? These guys got a little bit of a rivalry going on right now. '91 to '77, the 9X. 1, 2, 3. Here on lap 97. Three laps to go. Can the 91 hold on? The 77 is in second. The 9X, Silvio Cividini. He wants a big win here. '24, Sean Jacobs. He's in fourth. He had surgery today, man, so he's feeling a little sore, but coming out here and racing with us. Here we go, the 91 with just 2 to go. Paul Brown in second. The 9X, Silvio Cividini, is in third. Paul Brown goes to the high line. Might have a little bit of help. Is Cividini going to go down to the bottom line to help Bardelli Jr.? Who's going to go where? Last lap. Here we go. The 77 to the outside line. Does he have help? The 91 to the inside line. The 9X giving him a little bit of a shove. Here we go. Side by side. The 24 up on the outside line. He could be the spoiler here as well. The 91 up to the outside. They get into one another. Oh, he gets into the 91. And Sean Jacobs is going to end up winning this race. Claudio Bardelli Jr. got up the track and got into Paul Brown. He just ran out of room there. And Sean Jacobs gets the win. Oh my heavens. See what happened here. There was contact right there with Bardelli Jr. Lansbury got in this as well. This guy's wrecking coming across the line. Bardelli Jr. right there, he gets up into the 77, kind of came down there a little bit too. Right here, Bardelli Jr. clearly going up there, but 77 kind of met him just a little bit. And those guys into the wall, take each other out. And right there, those guys, then Cividini, he gets taken out as well. He ended up finishing third. So Sean Jacobs getting the win. My heavens. 24, Sean Jacobs coming away with the race win. That was an interesting finish, to say the least. So Sean Jacobs was in the catbird seat right there and ends up getting the race win. Congratulations to Sean. Sean Jacobs right there where he needed to be and gets the win. My heavens, man. Watch this. Go back here. Right there, those guys get into one another, and Sean Jacobs exactly where he needed to be. Closed his eyes and ended up getting the win here. How about that, huh? We will see the session results. We're in the dark. See the session result there. Sean Jacobs gets the win. Tim Lansbury finishes in second. Silvio Cividini finishes third. Paul Brown fourth. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes fifth. Franco Alvarez finished in the sixth position. Tony Furtado seventh. Artur Vieta eighth. Stanislav Pavlov finishes in the ninth position. Jesus Iglesias finishes in 10th. Finishing in 11th, Chris Hughes. Finishing in the 12th position, Gavin Jones. Ed Palumbo 13th. Jim Willis 14th. John Stanley 15th. Givaldo Spindola finishes 16th. Christian Wilson 17th. Will Dunbar finishes 18th. And Paulo Chachalowski finishes in 19th. So congratulations to Sean Jacobs for getting a win here at Atlanta. We'll see if we can't get a little bit of a we'll get a conversation with him. All right, Sean Jacobs joining us up here in the booth. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been a long time since I had the Western Auto paint scheme in Victory Lane, so I'm really tickled tonight.
You're coming off a tough night here. You had a busy day, and then to make things worse, we had caution after caution after caution. I mean, what was your assessment there of what the deal was with so many cautions?
I don't know about the cautions. It seems like no matter where I was, whether I was in the rear of the field or front of the field or the middle of the field, it seems like it was happening all around me. And I was just thanking my blessings that I wasn't getting into any of the cautions.
Well, you know, Atlanta is a fun track. It's very racy. Guys were getting side by side. And it seems like that we had a nice green flag run there with the green flag pit stops. But what were you thinking there on that last restart? You know, where you were going to go, what was going to go on there? Do you have any aspirations of maybe being able to win the race?
It seemed like the high line was my way to have my car going the fastest, so I was going to stick on the high line. And then there was a couple times there that I had to go down low because I was getting such a run, and I didn't want to, you know, hit the brakes and slow down my speed. And it cost me a couple positions, but I was able to get back on that high line, mashed the gas, and was able to stay until like that last lap. And I just waited, and I said, well, whatever happens with Claudio and Paul, I'm just going to follow. Hopefully if they get together, I'll somehow avoid it, and that's what I did.
Well, I tell you what, man, sometimes you got to be a little lucky too, that's for sure, certain, but good enough to put yourself in a position to be able to win the race, and that's exactly what you did. I'm saying congratulations. Next week you got New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I think this track is really tough. I mean, it's flat. You know, what are we looking at, a mile in length? It's flat and it's hard to drive. What do you think?
Yeah, any track that doesn't have banks is hard to drive. But it seems Paul's been kind of giving me some tips on how to drive these tracks, like the short tracks or the flat tracks, and I've been getting better and better at it. So just hope I can keep going down that same road and maybe make a good finish out of it.
Well, hey, congratulations, and I want to send out my well wishes to you. Hopefully quick healing for you, and I know you've been through a little bit of a tough day, and hope everything's going to go okay for you.
I appreciate it, and you do an awesome job broadcasting, Heath. Keep it up, man. We can't go on without you, dude.
All right, thank you so much, man.
Later.
Sean Jacobs joining us up here in the booth, and you know, I've known Sean for darn near 20 years. It probably goes back to around 2003, sometime around that time frame, maybe a little bit. Maybe probably 17, 18 years safely, but Sean's one of the nicest guys out there on the track, and Always if he causes something, he owns up to it. You don't see a lot of aggressive driving out of Sean, and he just takes his, whatever the medicine is, he takes it. That's pretty much the way Sean goes. But he sets an example that I think a lot of people could follow. It's just the attitude that he approaches HORL with, racing in general, the way that he treats his fellow drivers, no matter who they are. He's always a respectful guy, so definitely appreciate Sean's friendship and all he does here at HORL. So congratulations to Sean Jacobson at 24 car on getting the victory. Don't forget Atlanta Motor Speedway coming up tomorrow night in the Saturday Night Thunder. Race number 2 of the fun season. 110 laps from Atlanta. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have open setups, 1X tires, 1X fuel, and a 60% damage setting. So we'll be excited to see that one. And then the GT3 Series coming at you on Sunday, July the 10th, kicking off a 6-race season at Daytona Road Course, the High Octane Racing League's Sunday Shockwave. Racing starts at 2:30 p.m., 45-minute races. That's the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series season. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Appreciate everybody joining us here and supporting TurnLeftTV, High Octane Racing League, and also EliteHostingUSA.com. Man, that was a little bit of a massacre tonight. We had some good racing, but I think things got a little bit of aggressive. We had some guys with a little bit of chips on their shoulders tonight, and maybe forgetting what's most important in life or what's really important in life, and really getting bent out of shape about some stuff. But hopefully they'll get things worked out, whatever going on there. But appreciate you joining us here on Turn Left TV tonight. Sorry about all the caution flags. We had a bunch of them tonight, but hopefully these guys will get it worked out. We had some great racing this season. We've just had this one race here that hadn't been that great as far as the cautions are concerned. But again, I appreciate you coming out here. Peace. Everybody, please hit that thumbs up button and let me know you were here. And don't forget to share my videos with all your friends. Maybe not this video. The finish. Share that one. And then click on that link down on the Fanatec website and support me here at Turn Left TV by following them over there. Following that link over there. If you decide to purchase something through them, please use my link. I'd appreciate that. So we had an interesting race here tonight. And thanks for coming out here to Turn Left TV. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We appreciate you joining me here. And I guess we'll see you next week. We got New Hampshire coming up here in the Buschwacker Series. So don't forget to join us. We'll talk to you later. I am out of here.